welcome to Tonetalks. Welcome to Tonetalks. How's everybody doing today? This is Antonio Moore coming to you from Tonetalks. I want to have a discussion. I want to have a discussion today about the gig economy. I want to talk about Uber. In particular, I want to talk about Amazon Flex. Y'all know that I'm going to show some videos today. It's going to be a little different because, you know, what I saw with Amazon Flex, let me get everything set up, was some wild nonsense. You know, Amazon Flex essentially is this thing where they got people dropping off packages in their own car or in vans, so they don't have to pay UPS and FedEx and union fees. Can we talk? Can we talk today? We're gonna go through some things today. We're gonna build it out. One of the things I start off with is, I know a lot of y'all know about being boomer hooked. Y'all heard about that. But maybe we need to talk about being millennial unattached. Can we talk about it? Because millennials are now 40, and a lot of y'all got 20-year-olds. So it's your turn to be the boomer, and you ain't got nothing to give them. Are y'all really attaching that your baby, the one that you said is a genius, is going to be a gig worker? That's what the society is setting up. Are you really owning how that effect comes right out of the politics that you've had? You ain't go to no church on Sundays. You ain't did no food banks. You ain't did no voter registration. Can we talk about it? You barely involved with ADOS. No savings for the baby. Now, I understand you don't have no money, but then you telling me your baby is a genius. They not going to drive gig work. So you millennial unattached. You out here. See, I hear a lot of people, especially in the South, who got a house and got about $72,000 in hard asset equity. We're not going to add in that 630 FICO and the credit card debt and everything else. And they think they better than the apartment person down the street. Can we talk? You got 2 kids, a husband. You got 2 kids, a wife. You got $60,000 of asset value in this inflated market in your house. And you better than the dude down the street that ain't got no kids and got an apartment? Come on, you ain't got enough. Your baby about to get a gig worker. Let's talk about what that looks like. Not speculate, let's talk about what that looks like. Oh my God. Oh my God, is he gonna go in today? He's gonna go in today. So we're gonna do this by a couple tweets and also videos. Before we get started, please subscribe, press the bell, share this video. Also, 310-388-3499 is going to be the call in. Please call in, join the discussion. Whew. Y'all out here, millennial unattached. So basically, your boomer didn't leave you nothing, and now your baby is 20 years old and you ain't leaving them nothing. And they driving a gig job, but you're not really seeing this is permanent. Can we talk? Whew. A lot of people struggling. But let's go through it and let's just start it off. There's going to be about 3 or 4 different sections of videos. We're going to try that today. And we're going to bring those in and we're going to have the discussion around those. And then we're going to come over to Obama and we're going to open it up to Uber. But we're starting off with this Amazon Flex. So Amazon reveals a new plan to deliver more packages to recruit people to run small-scale delivery services. So y'all think y'all got a business. Y'all really got a gig pimp job. Let me say what I mean. You the collector of a bunch of gig workers, and you basically take on the risk of them accomplishing their goals, and Amazon give you $10,000 to start. And you tell me you a business. You a gig pimp, but you a business. Now I'm not saying I don't understand why you that, but do you understand you that? Because if you don't understand, when they take away your pimp, you're gonna be left with a lot of gig, and then you're gonna blame everything but yourself and how gig work shouldn't exist. Someone will call into my show that took on a loan and rented these Amazon trucks and say, "No, Tone Talks, blacks have wealth." This is taking on gig responsibility through small groups. It's not a functional business. This is a short-term, high-risk undermining of labor. Can we get into it? Can I get into it today without hearing no nonsense? Woo! Out here gig pimping, shining on people. And I'm not saying again, I don't understand why America failed you. But you must understand that you're a gig pimp so I can actually help you see how to get off of that. Ooh, somebody said Amazon is a pimp. So what's the person in the middle? They just the top of the line. They're the top of the line. They're gonna get all the trucks and take on all the insurance, take on all the risk. Ooh, let's start off with a video. Let me see if I can get the video in here. I'm gonna see if I can do it because I need to start with a video. There's gonna be a total of 4 videos.
Launching the DSP program with special deals for small businesses with fleets of 20 to 40 vans and 25 to 100 employees. To get the program off the ground, Amazon purchased 20,000 dark blue Mercedes Sprinter vans to start, leasing them to DSPs at a discount. It offered $10,000 grants to existing Amazon employees, Black, Latinx, and Native American entrepreneurs, and military veterans trying to launch a DSP. The DSP model is separate from Amazon Flex, an even smaller business model in which independent gig workers make between 18
they got them dropping it off in their Camry,
driving individual routes on demand.
So we start right there. It's tough because somebody will come in with no context that, as I showed in the report I did with Jared E. back in 2018, what we get wrong about closing the racial wealth gap. 90% of black female businesses have, 90% of all black businesses have no employees, and I think 95% of black female businesses have no employees, which means that they are largely undercapitalized and not a business. It's a way to say you're not unemployed. I need you to be honest about being unemployed so we can get the politics, because if you run around telling me that you're employed, I ain't got to do no service for you as government. Can we talk about it? We're going to get into it today. Whew, I got people in the chat. I'm giving them a chance. 310-388-3499. I want to hear from you because this is going to be all about exposing it. It's about talking about how you see yourself versus who you are. They're going to have your babies out here gig driving trucks. What do I mean by a gig job? Because a brother came in the chat, he said, job and gig is the same. I mean, no vacation. I'm talking first world stuff. I don't know if everybody understands. In the first world, there's stability. I'm talking about no health care. I'm talking about no paid time off. I'm talking about no time off when your baby is being born. I'm talking about no security. But y'all think it's the same thing. They done rigged y'all up. They done rigged you up so much that your baby is telling you that ain't a gig's a job. Ain't a gig's a job. So you can't talk to your child because all they know about is gig jobs. But you know who gave it to us, and we'll get into it later. Barack Obama was a major part of this. The man that came in and was supposed to be the voice of change, instead, can we talk? Instead, Barack Obama was when a lot of these companies, TaskRabbit and Uber, decided to act. You know why? Because he wasn't going to do nothing about it, and he was going to make sure that the law stayed in their favor. It is President Obama who allowed gig jobs to be created under Labor Secretary Tom Perez. Adolfs don't understand. Obama said no to reparations and gave white American families $25 trillion. Then allowed gig work, which guts labor law. That's what many of your children have been left. Nearly 95% of all new jobs during Obama's era were part-time or contract. The number one employer. How many people know who the number one employer? I've told y'all before. Quiz time in America has been traditionally number one of black folks. Number one employer of black folks. Who has been the number one employer of black folks? Quiz time. Please give me your answers in the chat, because I think a lot of people think it's self-work. No, it ain't. Who has been the number one employer of black folks in America? Oh, everybody knows that's how we do it. Come on, Black Magic. Don't start off and have a cartoon. It is the post office. All them black women that got them good retirements, all them black men who got them strong legs from dropping them packages off, the respectability of having community behind it as you drop off the packages and say hello to your neighbors. Well, Amazon said we're going to take all that away and make your baby a gig work job. Can we talk? Gig exploitation and smeared progress on top of mass failure. Then instead of at bare minimum, and I'm talking about what Obama did, and I'm talking about adding gig jobs into employment data. We'll talk about how that, for the first time, happened under Barack Obama's tenure. Instead of being unemployed, when you go drop off that Uber job, you're not unemployed no more. You don't count for that. Then instead of at bare minimum understanding their role and total lack of wealth, and how this is a gig system that originated with President Obama, who took your vote, promise, and change, they argue they are a business. They are a business. Can we talk? How many people loving this show? Support the channel. Thank you so much to those people that have already. We're going to get into it. I got about 4 videos. We went through one. Here goes another one. Let's talk about it today. Right?
Costs as little as $10,000 to start a DSP. Amazon pays the DSP per route and says annual profits can range from $75,000 to $300,000. But the DSP business can be a tough one.
Amazon is not about making money for anyone but Amazon. It's very hard for a contractor to generate a lot of profit based on what Amazon is charging per parcel. And also the workload is very, very intense. 10, 12, 14 hours a day, a lot of stops, a lot of deliveries.
CNBC reached out to several DSP owners, although none would talk on the record. Despite requests, Amazon also did not provide interviews with DSP owners or drivers.
So DSP owners are these people who are controlling all of the little routes and doing the work for Amazon. So basically, a person that's supposed to be middle management or even nearing upper management in a career has been tricked into taking on the risk of being a business owner with none of the reward because you up under Amazon. Come on. Your business can't grow, but you damn sure can crash a vehicle and own that. Can we talk? Can we talk about it? They're going to make us the underclass. Don't let nobody come to Thanksgiving or the Easter and talk about no DSP business and make you feel bad. Them gig pimp. But I don't have to, you don't have to take my word for it. You can listen into this article. I delivered packages for Amazon and it was a nightmare. Amazon Flex, that's what it's called. So they had the little black girl, if y'all remember, $10,000 grant to blacks and Latinos. That look, if y'all don't let this be called exploitation, what it is exploitation. Let's read. I delivered packages for Amazon. It was a nightmare. Amazon Flex allows drivers to get paid to deliver packages from their own vehicles, but is it a good deal for workers? How many of y'all think it's a good deal? What's the chances that this is a good deal? Oh, man. It ain't no good deal, North. Adolf North. I'll tell you that right now. Can we talk? Can we talk today? Oh, man. If you don't get out of here, we're not talking about real estate. Somebody said real estate. I don't know what she's talking about. Look. I'm sure I looked comical. This is the author of this Atlantic piece. I delivered packages for Amazon. It was a nightmare. I'm sure I looked comical as I staggered down a downtown San Francisco street on a recent weekday, arms full of packages as I dropped one and bent down to pick it up. Another fell. And as I tried to bring that one in, another toppled. Yet it wasn't funny. Not really. There I was wearing a bright yellow safety vest and working for Amazon Flex, a program in which the e-commerce giant pays regular people to deliver packages from their own vehicles for $18 to $25 an hour before expenses. I was racing to make the deliveries before I got a ticket. There are few places for drivers without commercial vehicles to park in downtown San Francisco during the day. So they're just shifting risk. So instead of that being their vehicle with all the tickets, it's yours. They're not paying you $25. They're not paying you $18. They paying you 18, less tickets, less gas, less accidents, less time loss, less vehicle depreciation. You might walk out of there with $4, $3. There are few places for drivers without commercial vehicles to park in downtown San Francisco during the day. And also, battling a growing rage, I love the partial offices of tech companies that offer free food and impressive salaries to their employees who seem to spend their days ordering stuff online. Technology was allowing these people a good life, but it was making me stressed and cranky. Not a good deal. I scrawled in my notebook after having walked down 9 flights of stairs, sick of waiting for a freight elevator that may or may not have been broken, and returned to my car for another armful of packages. Welcome to the future of package delivery. As people shop more online, companies such as Amazon are turning to independent contractors, essentially anyone with a car. Let me say it again. Independent contractors, essentially anyone with a car. Call it what it is, anyone with a car. To drop parcels at homes and businesses. Flex is necessary because Amazon is growing so quickly. The company shipped 5 billion Prime items last year that it can't just rely on FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service. Flex takes care of last mile deliveries, the most complicated part of getting goods from where they're made to your doorstep. It also allows Amazon to meet increases in demand during the holiday season, Prime Day, and other busy times of the year, a spokesperson told me in the email. But Flex operates year-round, not just during the holiday season, which suggests there's another reason for it. It's cheap. And you know why it's cheap? Because they ain't paying no health care, because they ain't paying no vacation, because they ain't got no security, because it's your baby that's doing it. And your baby got your politics inside of them. Come on. So your baby got the politics you didn't do inside of them, and they're 20 years old, and you looking at their failure like it's theirs. We've been talking about the boomer hook, people. We've been talking about the boomer. Let's get in that millennial ass. Let's talk about it. Y'all ready? Y'all ain't part of no church, ain't part of no civic institution, ain't doing no ADOS work for the foundation. Y'all ain't doing no shows. Y'all ain't doing nothing but sitting around watching Versus. You want to know why your baby getting treated unfair. Well, the 20 years prior, you didn't do no goddamn politics, and you don't have no wealth to make sure that they treat it like a priority. What do you think reparations was about? I know a lot of people feelings is hurt. 310-388-3499. Whew. Did he just say that? Yeah, I did. But Flex operates year-round, not just during the holiday season, which suggests that another reason for it is cheap, as the larger trucking industry has discovered over the past decade. Using independent contractors rather than unionized drivers saves money because so many expenses are borne by the drivers rather than the company. Amazon has rolled out Flex in over 50 cities. Come on. The company doesn't share information about how many drivers it has, but one Seattle economist calculated that 11,000 individuals drove for Flex just in California from October 16th to March 17th, based on information Amazon shared with him to help the company defend a lawsuit about Flex drivers. On the surface, these jobs, like many other in the gig economy, seem like a good deal, but Flex workers get no health insurance or pension and are not guaranteed a number of hours or shift. They are not covered by basic labor protections such as minimum wage and overtime pay, and they don't get unemployment if they can't work. And when workers calculate how much they're putting in on a daily basis, many don't account for the expenses that they incur during the job. A lot of these gig services essentially rely on people not doing that. I told y'all about that, right? Don't nobody add the depreciation of the vehicle. Don't nobody add that. Come on. Ended up at the end of the year, you ain't got no taxes because you didn't save the money for the taxes. Oh, you got to take that out too. You don't understand? One Amazon Flex driver in Cleveland, Chris Miller, 63, told me that though he makes $18 an hour, he spends about 40 cents per mile he drives on expenses like gas and car repairs. He thought his car used with 40,000 on it, he bought his car used with 40,000 miles, and now has 140,000 after driving for Flex for only 7 months. And Uber and Lyft before that. That means he's incurred about $40,000 in expenses. He didn't think about that initially, such as changing oil more frequently and replacing headlights and taillights. He might slightly less than $10 an hour driving for Uber, he told me. Once he factored those expenses, Flex pays a little bit better. Let's take the first caller tonight. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from New York, Tone.
Oh man, give me your take on everything.
Well, I think I might be a little bit behind in your stream because I stopped for a minute, but I just wanted to address what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, we talking about Amazon. We talking about gig work, man. Just give me your take on it.
Right, exactly. You pretty much made the point when you were talking about, okay, they have this little program, they only give you a $10,000 grant, and they want you to get 40 Amazon vehicles that's going to break down, and you're responsible for all the repairs, breakdown, and the gas, and the tolls, and the tickets. I don't know how anybody can sell that as some type of program. These people only seem to be capable of recreating slavery, and it should be quite apparent from the kind of deals that they're offering.
Let me read something to you. Let me read something to you because I think that I got a story. Amazon delivery drivers can be fired for peeing in bottles. Y'all gonna see in a minute. I got 2 more clips that I'm gonna show you guys the context for that. But basically, when you work for a company, they have to give you so many breaks. They have to give you 15-minute breaks, and then they have to give you lunch. When you're an independent contractor, I don't gotta give you none of that. So they got people basically driving without time to stop and use the restroom. And because you got that big truck, it's nowhere to park that to go use the restroom. So effectively, really, you should have time that you come back to the lot, park that truck, and then have a break. These people do not, so they're peeing in bottles. Amazon delivery truck drivers can be fired for peeing in bottles. Under no circumstance will a delivery associate urinate in bottles and leave the human waste in delivery vans. Amazon supposedly said this. This is from Vice, this article. In recent days, Amazon delivery drivers have been posting in online forums about the unfairness of this being a fireable offense. Many Amazon delivery drivers say peeing in bottles is an unfortunate but unavoidable aspect of delivering packages for Amazon, typically under extreme time constraints. The topic of getting fired for leaving behind pee bottles has popped up recently after someone posted what they said was a letter from an Amazon delivery service partner on an Amazon driver subreddit. Now, under no circumstances will a delivery associate urinate in bottles and leave the human waste in delivery vans, the message said. Amazon's policy for urine bottles found in delivery vans is immediate termination. Motherboard was unable to verify the validity of the message, but what I will say, I'll show you in a second. CNBC does this documentary, mini doc, and they actually have drivers that talk about this is real. But the person who posted it said that it came from an Amazon delivery service partner in Northern Virginia. Regardless, according to 4 Amazon delivery drivers who reached out to Motherboard, their Amazon delivery companies will fire drivers for leaving pee bottles in vans. Other drivers said their companies don't care, will fire drivers after a few offenses or fine them. Paula, an Amazon delivery driver in Indiana, told Motherboard that her company will fire drivers who leave pee bottles in their vans if they can prove whose it is. Yes, we have people that inspect the vans, and no one wants to touch someone else's pee. What do you think about the craziness of that, Colin?
Well, the craziness of it is really that, and yet you don't provide a way for your drivers to have a bathroom break. So don't talk to me about pee bottles. How are you trying to put these people in an inhuman category? That's exactly what I'm saying. They only know how to recreate slavery. You are not human. You are a slave. So next thing I want to say, Tone, is I don't know if anybody saw the DoorDash driver. He posted, I think it might be one of those videos. This guy was crying. That's the tip of $1.23. So I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that, Tone. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. 310-388-3499. I want to hear from you, man. I mean, y'all don't gotta take my word for it. Watch this next clip, and you gonna see. It's not me that's saying it. It's the real drivers. Let's watch one more clip. We got 2 more left. We're going to bring them in throughout the show.
In the worst crime-filled neighborhoods, maybe we should let them be there in the daytime instead of 10 p.m. in November. Because it's Christmas time, and that's when Amazon workers are more apt to get carjacked.
Thank you so much for giving me this in the daytime, because I would have literally thought I was getting killed tonight.
In other instances, drivers have reported they don't have time to find a bathroom.
There were times where I didn't drink anything all day, I didn't eat anything all day because that might cause you to go to the bathroom.
When you have to leave your route to go use the bathroom, by the time you're back at your route, that's like a whole 30, 45 minutes that you're taking away because you're driving 14 minutes or 8 minutes to go try to find a bathroom. And then that stops your whole flow of delivering your packages.
Now that's why some people are urinating in cups and plastic bottles. The only thing with that though is they don't necessarily throw them out of the vans or throw them in the trash or pour them out. They just kind of leave them, which is definitely disgusting, you know, getting into the vans the next day.
Y'all see what this saying? Y'all understand what this saying? Y'all understand how this ties into wealth inequality, what we've been talking about? I wrote the piece, Rise of Legacy, in 2013. It's 10 years ago. We here now. So if you got your baby and they 20 years old, you can't put it off no more. Ain't no more. They're not going to go to college because you know that they really like a CB student. There ain't no factory job. This whole idea they're going to start a business during a pandemic is pie in the sky nonsense in a world where black business really don't exist. So they're going to be gig workers. The question you have to ask yourself is what you going to do about it. I need you to see it. I need you to see it because we got so many black folks that don't. Let me take another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, Tone? It's Rashid. Be like over here in well, I'm home now, BG County.
Let me read something to you. Study shows blacks and Latinos make up the bulk of temporary gig workers. 83% of blue-collar temp assignments are staffed by non-white workers in Illinois, a state where non-white workers are just 35% of the workforce. Let me say that again. 83% of the blue-collar temp assignments are staffed by non-white workers in Illinois, a state where non-white workers are just 35% of the workforce. So white folks is taking all the wealth, all the inheritance, and then they taking all the stable jobs. What are you going to do about it? One of the things we tried to do with this ADOS Foundation is give you somewhere to put that fuel. But some of y'all need an answer tomorrow. And the tomorrow answer requires you to figure out what are you going to do about it. Caller, what you think before I read some more of this article?
Well, I actually got my buddy, his sister is a model, and she drives for Amazon. She delivers packages in those big old trucks.
Wait, say that one more again. You said she a model. Wait, back up. I'm just trying to make sure. You said she a model?
She's a model.
Oh no, no. So hey,
Amazon.
No, she's an Amazon driver. That's what she is. I'm not.
Exactly.
So let's just be clear, because she's an Amazon driver that like to take pictures. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, you know, she gives games and she's a feature in magazines.
Okay.
So the reason why I brought that up is because her parents are younger boomers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that the difference in the way that wealth swing happened for our friend groups who are older boomers, our parents who are older boomers, and our parents who are like older Gen Xers and younger boomers. How, you know, this is a part in their life where, you know, she went to college, she got her 4-year degree, and now she's out of college and she's doing Amazon work. You know, she's driving trucks. And I just thought it was crazy because, like, her mom's been to college and she's been to college. And, you know, we just like, you know, a little game like Pachinko with little balls fall all the way down to the bottom. And it's just like all across my entire friend group, everybody just falls down into poverty and starts at the bottom. And then, you know, so she's got to spend all her time driving around. And we just had like a little event. And she literally got there like an hour late because she was delivering packages. And, you know, this whole thing is just hitting me home because I drive for a company called Mosaic, and that's liquidating my car for mileage.
Yep.
So it's like everybody in the friend group is either liquidating their cars, working contracts that are only 6 months long, or doing all predatory jobs. And it's for all of us. It don't even matter. Like my buddies who got bachelors, my buddies who got you know, wives that are from out, you know, that are black. It's like, nah, it's happening to all of us.
And a lot of that was what I was trying to point out in the more abstract, bigger sense with wealth inequality. And people have said, no, so we got money too. And I like to see it. And I will tell you also, for everyone, make sure to go back and watch my interview with Chris Smalls, who was the Amazon worker, I believe, out of Alabama, trying to get unionization going. I interviewed him about a year ago, maybe a little longer than that. But it's on my channel. So, let me read a little more of this article. This is about the gig work economy as a whole. That you guys voted for Barack Obama, and Barack Obama was supposed to stand up for you and block all of this. He was supposed to say, no, you can't use 1099s that way. I'm gonna fall on this sword. No, you're not going to include gig jobs in the economy numbers, so we don't have real unemployment numbers. And he did none of it. In fact, some of his aides left him and went and worked for Uber. David Bluff. In 2018-19, the Responsible Jobs Creation Act mandated the Illinois Department of Labor to begin tracking demographic information of temp agency workers. The Prairie State's data collection approaches differ from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. The state-level data delivered a clear picture of blue-collar temp workers. Here is a shortcoming of Uncle Sam's data on temp workers. Businesses that engage in more than one activity, of which temporary staffing is included, according to Desario and White. Let me just show you guys another clip, and then maybe we might have to end this a little early. Hold on one second. Let me show you guys another clip.
Cameras do provide a sense of safety under certain circumstances, like around aggressive dogs or customers.
The camera that's facing out, that you can see the road, I feel that's a good part of the camera, because if you pull up to a customer's house, if there is an altercation, if the altercation is on the camera feed, they can go back, review the camera, and then take action that way.
Shalene Williams has been bitten by dogs on her routes. Once, she had to go to urgent care, but waited until after she delivered all her Amazon packages.
The first leg it bit, it didn't break skin or anything. But the second time the dog bit me, it definitely broke skin. I made sure to tell the homeowner and everything, and then I had to go to urgent care after my shift. I wasn't gonna cause one of my colleagues to have to come save me.
This young lady respectfully said, I'm not gonna have my colleagues come save you. Baby, if a dog bites you in the leg, go on home. Under Barack Obama, when white people collapsed, you see it right here, he gave them $25 trillion while telling us we couldn't get reparations. Then he gave us gig jobs instead. And nearly 95% of all new jobs under Obama's era were part-time or contract. We got to understand. Hold on one second. We got to understand. A new study by economists from Harvard and Princeton indicates that 94% of the 10 million new jobs created under Obama's era were temporary positions. Here's what really happened to jobs during Obama's era. The so-called gig economy, which may supplement or serve as a worker's only source of income, has flourished during the Obama years. So no surprise, many gig jobs like Uber driver or TaskRabbit, handyman, were born around the time Obama came into office. Uber drivers, welcome to America's job market, finally. This is January of 2016. America's job market will officially include Uber drivers, meaning gig workers, not just Uber drivers, and all other workers in the gig economy next year, 2017, to make it look like Obama had good employment numbers on the way out. U.S. Labor Secretary Tom Perez announced Tuesday that independent contractors, temporary employees, and workers holding multiple jobs at the same time were going to be included in the Labor Department numbers. Understand what this means. This legitimizes these jobs, but it also makes it so the employment numbers don't show how unemployed people are. Uber greases the wheel with Obama's old campaign manager, David Bluff. President Obama's former campaign manager had gone to work for Uber, the rideshare startup based in San Francisco, has hired Bluff in hope that the political strategist who helped elect the president can steer the company through a thicket of local regulatory disputes. This is how we got here. What are you going to do about it? Your baby needs you to do something. What I say is join the Adolph Foundation, but also become informed how the gig economy is widening the racial inequality. Of the 1.1 million people on zero-hour contracts, a quarter are Black and ethnic minority workers. Y'all saw the Amazon video. Y'all saw the Uber numbers. Y'all understand that Obama could have done something and didn't do anything. You got your 20-year-old. Now is the time for you to answer the call and figure out what you're going to do. I wanted to come and just talk about this Amazon Flex thing, you know. Let me pull this back up. I just wanted to talk. We talked. Let's have a discussion. This is Tone Talks. Please go to tonetalks.org, subscribe and donate. Share this video, because if we don't have this discussion, it seems like everybody else just decided, well, my baby's just going to drop gig work.